Welcome to Unfiltered Three, spilling the tea with Cece,
Autumn, and Brie.
Hi, friends. Welcome back. We're so excited for you to join us today.
Yes, we hope you guys are doing the best during this hustle and bustle time of year. I know we've talked about the holiday season. We've kind of touched on the stresses, and we've talked about seasonal depression and working with the seasons. So this healing journey is going to be a conversation kind of going off of that, like a true conversation about how we have all this company and we're doing all these things and we're busy during this time of year. And then January comes, or February, depending if you watch football or not. And then things kind of just drop off until spring comes. So I guess we should start off by asking, how are you guys doing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Me, not so much.
Me, too much. Like, my days are filled. And normally I have a little downtime, but recently it's none, between the pets, helping my friends, doing the podcast, wrapping gifts. I mean, buying stuff, meeting up with people all throughout this holiday season. It's been a lot this year for me.
Yeah. I do want to preface by saying I am slightly congested, so I'm sorry if I sniffle. Hopefully that can be edited out, but if not, here's your warning. Honestly, for me, this is the time of the year that my depression hits almost the hardest. Like, it definitely hits harder in the winter when things start to slow down, because I am a naturally fast-moving person. But this time of the year, it's almost like that catch-22, right? Like the two sides of the coin. Where like, I freaking love Christmas. I love the vibe of Christmas, but also my depression is at its peak. So I don't feel like I can fully appreciate Christmas like I want to. And I have that like almost bitterness towards it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I hold, I don't even know. I mean, we could go to like a whole therapist situation or a therapist session right now, but definitely a time of year that I struggle.
Yeah. For me at least, I guess been in kind of denial. Like, Thanksgiving happened. It was a little different than this year because people close to us that we normally have Thanksgiving with had COVID, and then we did a different tradition with my family and had Chinese food, which was great, instead of Thanksgiving. And then we haven't really been doing much outside of getting a dog and having more work done to our kitchen. And we are not able to use our dishwasher or sink, and we can't use the countertop. So like inside the house is kind of chaotic. So I have kind of been keeping to myself. Like, I haven't been going out that much.
Yeah.
And so I keep forgetting that Christmas is right around the corner. And then I'm like, oh shit, do I have everything that I need to have to be ready for Christmas?
Right.
And then, Christmas is a lot.
Yeah.
But also looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And I'm hoping we're changing Christmas up a bit this year. Typically my mom would host Christmas Eve where our whole family goes over and we hang out with each other. We have like hors d'oeuvres or appetizers or whatever. I don't know if I mentioned this prior, but that's our normal Christmas Eve holiday or tradition. Recently, last year, I hosted. And then after that, I should also state that we have Christmas morning at my parents' house. And then we go to my grandmother's. So normally that happens. And now I am supposed to take on Christmas Eve, but I don't want to. I just like I said, my depression is there. So like all these things that I normally would love doing and like want to host, I just don't want to. Yeah. It's like another stressor to add, and I just don't want to. And I'm at the point right now, or I'm in the mindset right now, if I don't want to, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping I can take Christmas morning is what I'm trying to do. Have Christmas morning at the house where it's kind of a little bit low key. I can have less people. It can be chill. I can make breakfast. Like it'll be like, that's what I'm trying to go for versus like my entire family. Like my entire family.
Yeah.
Friends typically come too, which is like, I love it.
Yeah.
I don't want to host it.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of people, but it's also a lot of planning and like you tend to go like the whole 10 yards when it comes to like it looks amazing. But I know that like I'm watching Vampire Diaries right now, right? You're Caroline Forbes as far as like the planner. And it looks amazing, but I just know that has to be so much.
Yeah, and then I normally like these are things I would like to talk about in like October. Because I would plan that all out and I would be prepped and then I wouldn't be scrambling and it wouldn't be such a stress, right?
Yeah.
But like Derek and I are in the middle of cleaning our house out. So our house is a mess. And then we had to host Thanksgiving last minute, which was fine. It worked out.
Last minute.
But it was literally the Tuesday before Thursday, which was Thanksgiving. So it's just like I don't know. I don't want to do it, which like I'll do it if it ends up having to be that way because the tradition means enough to me. But I'm hoping that Christmas morning can pan out. And then I could talk to my mom, dad, and sister and Derek and my sister's boyfriend. And we all came to the conclusion that we're just going to wear pajamas the whole day, which is something I stole from you.
Love that.
Because I was like, I just don't feel like getting dressed. Can we just wear pajamas to grandma's? Because that's all we do is we just go to grandma's house. So it's like, whatever, I'll wear my PJs there. I used to live with her.
Do it.
So if I could just have like a low-key Christmas, it makes that transition a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. The like impending stress of like if you were able to have that off of your plate, then you can look forward to Christmas being more chill.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
But then we get into January. And I think for me, I don't really feel anything in January. January is kind of like a buffer month.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when the snow really starts to happen. And so it's new for me.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then February feels like it's forever.
February, it's the shortest fucking month, but it sucks. And it's because that's when like winter hits us the hardest. So that's like when we get the huge snowstorms or it's just so fucking cold for so long. And then the cold doesn't like to let go, especially where we live. And February is probably the grayest month. Where it's just gray outside and it's just depressing.
And like March's saying was supposed to be in like a lion, out like a lamb. That means, you know, a lamb being spring is coming and it's starting to like not snow anymore. But I feel like more and more the snow is just hanging on till April. There was snow on the ground on my birthday. It still has not come from the sky where I currently live on my birthday yet. That is my thing. Like it's not going to snow on my birthday. April 18th. No snow.
Welcome to my world. A couple years ago, I actually got like a 78-degree day on my birthday, which is at the beginning of November. And typically snow for us starts in like the beginning of October. So when I got that 78-degree day, I was like, whoa, it's almost like I live in Virginia again.
And here I am, a June baby. So.
Yeah, whatever. I so like don't get me wrong, I fit the Scorpio, I fit the like I'm named Autumn, I fit the fall vibe, right? I so wish I was a summer baby though. Like I thrive in the summer.
I will say though, I always had my birthday off from school because it always landed on spring break, so I was happy for that at least.
I had about every 4 years my birthday landed on election day. So every 4 years I'd have it off from school. But yeah, my birthday lands on election day and it lines up like with the big presidential elections. Always.
How do you feel about that?
I'm indifferent. It's my birthday. Okay, that's all that matters. Yeah, we don't need to go down the political.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. But as a kid, it was fucking great because I would get my birthday off. If it were a Tuesday, I could guarantee my birthday was off.
Sweet.
But yeah, no. I was talking to my coworker earlier today because the sun was out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, we need to go outside and go stand in the sun for 10 minutes. Let's go." And it didn't happen because work is just never ending busyness. But it just made me think of that conversation where we just will go weeks with no sunshine, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It affects you so much.
I will check in here. So in the episode where we talk about seasonal change and working with the seasons, I mentioned how I started using my sun lamp. I have it next to my bed and I turn it on in the morning for 30 minutes before I wake up. I have noticed a difference this year.
Really?
That's good.
Yes. It's weird. It's almost like I don't recognize that the days are short and the nights are long and that it's overcast. Like, it's just kind of, I think that's the other thing about forgetting Christmas is around the corner, because it's just, it doesn't feel different. So it's been cool.
That's good. That's really good. I'm curious how that'll help you through like January and February.
Yeah. Definitely. Plus,
and then I'm going to have to buy one.
I know. I was thinking if you feel something, like even now, I'm like totally interested.
I know. I'm like,
should I try this?
Send me the Amazon link.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys updated, because so far I have, now that I'm consistent with it, felt a difference.
That's good. It's all about consistency and routine, huh?
Yeah. I've been breaking my routine lately. I used to get up to have coffee with John in the morning when he wakes up at 5:30, 6-ish. And I've been breaking that and staying in bed. And now Zelda has joined me in staying in her crate instead of going down with Dad. It's been very nice to get that extra, but I've been missing that sort of time we spent in the morning because I really enjoyed that. But I've just been so exhausted that extra like 2 hours has like it's keeping me there, you know?
I was going to say, maybe give yourself the perspective of like, this needs to be right now because the other parts of your life are so busy. But like in January, when it does die down a little bit, you can create that routine again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like putting it in that perspective where we can break a routine for a little bit if it's for the benefit. Yeah. I like
it's
that.
not even like breaking, right? It's like adapting and letting it change, because it doesn't have to be cemented, right? It can ever changing to fit your lifestyle.
Yeah. And we have been kind of making up for it. Like, we'll stay up 30 minutes later, like watching a show or doing whatever, and kind of changing up the routine. Because with the dog, routine is great, and it's more set because we don't want to change it for her.
Right.
So then that's kind of been great, especially now that we got her down to such a schedule. And I'm wondering how you guys adapt with with your little puppers.
Yeah, it's been interesting just because I am not a morning person, but I always know that, you know, whether it's with little kids or when I puppy sit animals, I get on a routine easily. Like, I have a purpose, I have a drive to get up and do things. So I've been good about that. And we have a good routine that we're starting to settle into. I mean, we've only had him for a week now. He doesn't really get into settling into routines till 3 weeks typically. But I have been very tired.
Not surprised by that statement.
Yes. I have been going to bed earlier though and waking up earlier. So it's been good for me. It's just we're all still settling into it.
Yeah. And once you get that routine down and you recognize, like, it's like I don't know how to explain it, but this like accomplishment of, you know, it used to be just about me and now it's about us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice.
And it feels a bit more productive for me. Like, it's just, I have a job now.
Yeah.
Like, I work, but like, I have a job. Like, I don't know. It gives me that drive.
I'm like, I get up at 6:30 every day. I'm not a morning person like you. Nope.
We are approaching the solstice too. So that means the days are going to start getting longer.
Yes.
That'll feel nice.
I will say that's probably one thing that's been hitting me the hardest is because the hours that I work, and I work so long. I go in and I get to work at like 6:55 and the sun is just coming up. And then I leave work and the sun is just going down.
Mhm.
So it's like I don't experience the day at all. Like the day is at work. And like I have a window that looks at a car parking lot and a field.
Yeah.
So I think like I know the other day, Friday, I got to leave at 3 and I was like, holy shit, it's bright outside.
Yeah.
I think that that's definitely starting to mess with me because then on the weekends, the days that I have off, it's rainy and cloudy or snowing or being bleh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like we have the mix of the nights are super long with the days are short. And then as the days get longer, that's when the overcast really starts to set in.
Yeah.
And that's why it feels like we don't see sun for months on end.
Yeah.
I am thankful. Like if I just got up off my butt and went outside, I could have taken 10 minutes. I can do whatever I want at work, right? Like as long within a reason. And I could have done, I should have done that today. But there's just so much to do. You like get out there, right? And you're like, oh, but I gotta get back. Oh, but I gotta get back. So you can't really truly enjoy it. At least that's what I told myself.
Yeah. It's like where you have to find out what future autumn will appreciate more. Getting the work done. Like, is it something that really needs to get done? There's so much that you just can't do it and you'll feel better for doing it. Or can you carve out a little bit of time and get that sun time? And that's going to be like on the moment, per day
ever
thing.
changing.
Yeah.
Which I'm normally pretty good at, but work is very much. If I don't do it when it needs to be done, then there's another 2 hours I have to add on. Like, and I'm working like 48 hours a week.
Yeah.
So I say, but the pay is great. It's definitely what's driving me. And I genuinely enjoy what I do. So that's also very nice. Because I will say, even though when it's dark, no matter what time I leave work, the hours at work go by fast because I enjoy the people I'm around and what I'm doing.
Yeah. And you're busy. Like you're not, I remember I worked at Dollar Tree for some time.
Yeah.
Sometimes there was actually a crowd and I was surprised, but most of the time it was dead.
I know when I worked at Justice years ago, that's the thing that would kill me is that you would have like, so it was a little girl's clothing store. So I'd have that back to school time, which would feed right into holiday time. And then it would just drop off. So it'd be chaos and then nothing. And I would be like, and I'm a busy person. Like I like to stay busy, especially at work, because I'm not the one that can just do whatever. Like I can't pull my phone out and watch Netflix. If I'm at work, I feel guilty because I'm at work.
Yeah, you're getting paid to do it.
Yeah. And it's like, I can't do that. It causes myself anxiety. So I'm like, I want to stay busy. So when I worked at Justice, I would literally make a list of like all the things I could clean. Like I magic erased everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I magic erased the walls, the trim, like the fixtures. Like my old supervisor came in and was like, wow, this place is spotless. This is so clean. And I was just like, yeah, I got bored. Everything's straightened, and yeah, when you get to February during that time, though, there's not much else you can do.
Yeah.
You run out of the cleaning. There's only so much you can do with cleaning. Outside of your dusting and shit. But yeah, I'm definitely thankful for a busy job.
How do you typically get through the post-holiday season, Cece?
Well, with the extra time, I think I do fall into a little bit of a depression because I like the hustle and bustle. But then it's like what you were saying earlier with this up and down of I love being busy and it almost feels like too much. And then I get to January, February where I finally get some downtime, but then it's like too much of that.
Yeah.
So I gotta find that balance of things I can do around the house or whatever, things I can do with Zelda that maybe this year will keep me busy without diving into this
Right.
blah of nothingness.
Yeah.
Because that's when I really like go, oh, like what the hell am I doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a balance, right? You don't want to go into where you have nothing to do, even though it sounds great. You get there and you're like, oh well,
yeah,
you don't have that sense of productivity, you don't have that motivation. And it just kind of further flames the fire of depression.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to be overwhelmingly busy to where you don't have a moment to yourself or don't feel like you can take time for yourself or do the things you actually truly want to do because you have so many commitments.
Yeah. And this year, that's where I'm feeling like I have way too many commitments, which mentally has been really great for me. But finding the balance of maybe saying no to a couple things.
Yeah.
Or maybe next month.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Yeah.
You need a personal assistant. Make your schedule.
Oh my God.
No, we can fit you in 3 weeks from now.
Let me teach French fry.
Yeah.
Meow, 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 meow.
I could use a personal assistant.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
I do think like after the holiday season, the first couple weeks of January is like a nice buffer of like decompressing. And then after that is when we do settle into like, there's nothing to do. The skies are gray, it's snowing. I feel like that would be a good time, at least for me, to have that like trading off of like, hey, you want to clean out your dressers like do the things that we always talk about in the summer, but like we never had time for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Derek and I have already started to do that because like I almost feel so talking on like kind of hitting both notes at once, but like talking on that balance and then wrapping this in, I've had to make my Saturdays just be open, like just be my day where I have no plans until that day because I am a planner, but having plans 7 days a week, 24/7 has just been too much. So I've been leaving my Saturdays open, which I still do things on Saturdays. I just kind of let them play out. So like, I think not this past Saturday, but the one before that, I randomly went to the city near us and went shopping with my parents or whatever, but just kind of leaving it open has helped me. And then Sunday, I don't know what it is about well, I know what it is. It's the start of the fucking work week. But Sundays, my anxiety has been so bad, like so bad, Sundays specifically. Sundays and then typically Wednesdays. And so what I've had to do on Sundays, and which is why I've started doing this, is just having some task, but within my home, like a personal task for myself, like self-care or active, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, words aren't happening right now.
A task for you.
Yeah. An act of self-care. That is what I wanted to say. Where like I clean out a drawer, and it can be as simple as just a drawer or a cabinet or whatever the case may be, because I just feel like my house is so cluttered and it's been driving me nuts for so long that when my depression gets bad, that is what's at the forefront of my mind. And so I just know like if I can get it done, and not done because it's ever happening, right?
Yeah.
But if I can at least jump to that hurdle of like most of it and having each room be usable, and because we have that catch-all room that drives me crazy. I want to use that room and just get there and have that organization because I thrive off organization. I know I'll do better. I'll be mentally doing better. So we've started that, but hell yeah. January whatever that I just looking at the month of January the other day. I'm sorry, earlier today. That's the thing. Like I'm scheduling appointments in January, and that's where I'm like, that's not that crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm down for that because I could put you guys to work. And I have a family member potentially coming to visit either January or February. So I want to make sure the bedroom, yeah. So I want to make sure the bedroom is ready for him when he comes. So yeah,
it'd be good to see him.
I'll be fucking ecstatic because I only saw him for like a total of 6 hours when I was there in December, and then hadn't seen him since we went to vacation. So yeah.
I love your how you're just doing one thing on Sunday.
Yep.
It reminds me of, I can't remember the TikToker's name, but she talks about depression cleaning a lot. And it's the task of like just set a timer for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then do some cleaning.
Yep.
And you're done when the timer's done. And you can be surprised at how much you actually do and accomplish in that amount of time. And then afterwards, you feel so productive and the space is clean and you feel a lot better. So I love that. And I also need to implement that myself.
Yeah. So I like that you put it in a perspective for me. I typically use a podcast though, or like I have some books on Audible. And so I will either listen to like a full podcast episode of whatever title I'm interested in. And it alleviates like the mentalness because I can tune into the podcast and then just do the work because you don't really need to put the mind to it. It's like mindless work. And then I don't have the anxiety of the alarm going off. I don't know if you guys have that issue. But like if I wake up a half hour before my alarm and I know that it's a half hour before my alarm, I will not go back to sleep.
I don't think I could. And then you know the alarm's coming and it still startles you.
That's the thing. Well, because you're kind of asleep but not really asleep. But like that's what all I would be thinking about while doing the task is like, okay, the alarm's about to go off. It's the same thing with working out. Like I can't just do like a 30-minute video because I'm like, oh, it's only been 5 minutes.
Right.
Where's the 30 minutes? So for people who have that issue or that are in that situation, podcast is nice because you can choose to a 30-minute one, 20-minute one, hour and a half,
Yeah.
Whatever works.
I love that. That's like the closest thing I do to that is when I do my self-care tasks and I do my nails or my hair, whatever. And I throw on my comfort show, Avatar: The Last Airbender in the background. Or when I need to clean, I throw on some Britney music to pump me up. But it's just like having that, like you said, noise in the background that, at least for me, when it comes to the comfort show, at least, it's a task where I need to focus so I don't have to pay attention to what's on.
Yeah.
Where I feel like a podcast, I usually throw those on in the shower because I'm not really focusing too hard on what I'm doing in the shower, so I can like pay more attention. And I like the educational ones, so like I learn.
Yeah.
I gotta listen to music. That's my favorite. I don't know, but I just have my little grandma dance that I'll do, and then I'll join the pets in with me. And it always just like, vacuuming or whatever, mundane task. But then I get to that part of the song where I'm happy and I'll grab the cat and kiss her and dance with her for a minute. And like, it just makes it a little better.
Yeah. I've definitely had a dance party before in my kitchen. But normally like the harder tasks, like more than just like the deep cleaning, I guess, versus just like the cleaning.
Yeah.
The deep cleaning, I have to have something that, because even like I just always have to be doing multiple things. It's probably, the ADHD-ness or whatever it is in me. But like even when watching a movie, I have to do something with my hands. And normally I'm playing a game on my phone because, and it's like just a game like solitaire. It doesn't take any crazy, concentration or anything like that. But I constantly have to have that kind of stimulation.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I'll like listen to music if it's something that I don't have to. I don't know how to explain that
It
one.
depends on the task.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very task specific now.
Yeah.
I'm coming to realize.
I don't know. If I get to choose,
It's also vibe specific too.
yeah, I'm always choosing the music. But John puts on podcasts, and I've been getting into them lately.
Yeah. I'm like a very like true crime.
Oh yeah, I have been with you with a few of those. I do like
so
them.
they're very much like story based.
Mm-hmm.
And like still getting like that information, factual stuff. So my mind just listens to it, and then I'll be like, or I'll laugh, or because I specifically listen to Bailey Sarian, and she makes me giggle.
She's funny. If I do too many tasks at once, though, I lose track of what I'm doing.
So it's not like tasks like I'm going to organize a drawer and then I'm going to go over here and fold the clothes. It's not tasks like those. It's like I have a physical task and then a mental task. So like I have the mental task of listening to the story and following along, and then I have the physical task of sorting.
Yeah.
I am the person who starts on one thing that gets distracted by another, and then another, then back.
Have you ever just let yourself do that?
Totally.
I've been implementing that in when I like just clean the house and just allowing. So like I started in the kitchen and I was just picking up, and then if an item led me into the living room, I would be in the living room and pick whatever up. And if another item led me into the dining room, I'd go in the dining room. But I let that happen, and then I cleaned 3 rooms within an hour.
See, I don't get them finished. That's the problem with me. I get distracted.
Well, that's what I mean. I let my distractions keep me going. It was full on ADHD type cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
Of being like, whoa. And then I realized by just allowing myself to kind of ping pong and not giving myself the stressor of, oh shit, go do that. You were doing that. Go do that. And just kind of letting myself ping pong and have that kind of like sporadic cleaning. I actually got it done.
See, last week I made an actual list. I really like that for me. I need to be better. I need to be better at that, because then when we were done with the list, I was like, holy shit, we finished the list. Like, this is awesome.
Lists are how I get myself through my workday. I write everything I need to get down that's priority. And then while I'm working, I'm making lists of like when I'm telling people I need to call them back or email them, or I got to email this person or whatever. And then the act of checking it off is like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I need to, when I'm trying to go, oh no, I don't need a list. I need to be like, no, I need a fucking list.
Like, I need to write this thing down. This needs to be documented.
Yeah. So when I clean, I feel like I'm a chaotic neutral because I do ping pong, but I limit myself to one room. So if something takes me out of the room, I tend to do that buffer of like, I forgot what I was doing. Oh, I'm cleaning this room. And then I find some other task and then I do that. And then like I forget the task that I'm doing, but I'm still staying in the room until I move to the next room. And then I go through it like that. It is a lot of walking back and forth though. Once I leave a room and I forget and I come back in, oh, that. And then I leave. What is it again? But it does get cleaned.
Yeah. It just amazed me when I finally just allowed myself to kind of ping pong, because normally I'm like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to start in the kitchen. I'm going to do everything I need to in the kitchen. And then halfway through a task, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this task anymore because it's taking too long. And then I want to move on to the next task, right? I have that anxiety. And then when I just allowed myself to ping pong, by the time I lost track of time because I was just like, oh, this is kind of fun, right? It's like scratching that itch of the task isn't taking too long. And when I looked at the time and it had only been like an hour or an hour and a half and I had the kitchen, dining room, and living room cleaned. Now, mind you, this was like picking up, not like cleaning. I was like, oh shit. But normally that would have taken me probably an hour and a half to do 2 of the rooms because of the, oh shit, I was doing, oh shit, kind of, I don't know. I encourage, if you guys haven't tried it, I encourage you to try it and see how it goes and let me know. Cause I was like, this is kind of fun. Because I like the list, but then sometimes the list can be daunting
Oh, yeah.
depending on the items on it.
That's why I don't like the list. Then I realize how long it is.
That's when I'm like, okay, I have the list, but it's a reference. I don't have to do it right now. But yeah, no. To circle back to what we're supposed to be actually talking about.
This is what we fill our days with in the winter.
Yes. No, I definitely am down for that. And I think that that's good for us to kind of have that interaction outside of the podcast and our normal day lives, like being able to get into out of our own areas, get into others' areas, but still feel productive.
Yeah. I mean, even if we're just sitting with each other, like that's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Having that someone to be like, oh, do you need help or do you just want someone to conversate with? Because both are like great.
Yeah. We used to do that for each other a lot. We fell off that.
Mm-hmm.
Also just haven't been able to do much.
Yeah.
It's been so hectic. But yeah, definitely. It's different for me this year, though, I will say. Like, my depression has almost hit harder earlier on. Like, I normally do still feel that 50-50, but I'm feeling my actual depression a lot more than I would normally this time of year. And I think that has to do with just doing more. We didn't have the podcast this time last year. I didn't have so many commitments out on top of the holidays. And I think that it's just kind of pushing it a little bit more, adding a little bit more weight or stress on my shoulders. But it's beneficial. It's not a bad stress kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm normally going into the January, February season, I always try to have the perspective of this is my time to have down. I can go do those things that I typically like to do indoors, which is play the video games, read the books, clean if that's what I want to do that day. Things of that nature that I don't typically allow myself to do during the summer.
Yeah, sorry, you hear my dog in the background.
He's just yeah, winter sucks. But yeah, I try to always carry that perspective of okay, this is still a fun season, just like summer, but except for this is stuff I like to do indoors versus summer is outdoors.
Yes.
And try to keep carrying that energy of well, I still love reading. I love playing video games. I love playing board games. I like, I like watching movies and TV shows with my friends. And this is the time I can fully allow myself to immerse myself into that.
Yeah.
It's what I try to carry, that perspective. Definitely not saying I do.
You know what I just thought of as you were saying that? Because I totally relate to that. And I feel part of what stresses me out during that time, I want to have that perspective and I want to do these things, even if it's stretched out over time. So I still have my breaks and all that. I feel because the days are short, that I feel I have to do the things within the daylight,
Oh, yeah.
Because once it's dark, I feel tired and, it's so late, but it's not. It's 5 o'clock.
That is so true.
Right now.
So true.
Right now, you would think it's 10.
Yeah.
And it's barely 7.
Right. So it's my brain is no, it's time to settle in and go to bed. And then you're just killing hours because it's not bedtime yet.
Yeah. That's how I noticed my depression was getting so bad because I felt I was getting out of work, right? I'm getting out of work between 4:35. So I'm getting home between 5:30, and then I'm exhausted. I could go to bed. And so then from 5:30 until 8:30, I feel I'm just counting down the hours to go to sleep. And then I go to sleep and I wake back up and I have to do it all over again. So it's feeling monotonous and I'm not, I don't know. I almost have that thought, that perspective, I can't do anything with my week evenings. Yeah. And it's why? I'm not 65. And even so, that's not even a jab at 65-year-olds because 65-year-olds are still doing shit in the evenings.
Yeah, there's some older generation around us that do way more than I do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how?
I know. I'm like, share.
Yeah.
Share whatever you got. Share it. I clearly don't have it.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, like I just need to start doing things. It's not necessarily like I need to go out and do things, but I just need to start doing things.
Yeah.
Like a hobby of some sort. I need to find one, or I need to create a space. Well, yeah.
It's just not instant gratification because there's steps to get there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like I have a hobby. Like I would probably go paint, but then I have to get all that out. Then I have to clean it all up. I don't want to do any of that.
When you're already feeling exhausted.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Hopefully I get an easel for Christmas. If not, I will be buying myself one. This would be the second year I asked for it. So hopefully, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I also want to get into clay, like modeling clay, and start like sculpting cute little things.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. So I have that on my Amazon cart. But yeah, just I need those kind of. So I'm very much like I need the stimulation, and I haven't been giving myself that, and so it's like I'm feeling the aftermath of not giving myself that, and then when I have the stimulation, like Sundays are a lot, especially with football. And it's starting to really get to me because I have such bad anxiety. And then it's so loud that I told Derek, like, I don't want to police people on their volume at the house. But at the same time, like, I really can't be doing the screaming anymore because like I can't get away.
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, I don't know if you just need to like have a conversation so that like celebrate. That's the fun of football, celebrating, right? But not the screaming. That's what I'm like, whoa. Like every time it happens, I like jump, and like react. So we need to start doing, football Sundays every other Sunday with people. So I am able to have that like decompress day, because that's typically my decompress day. That's my day before I start my work week. So we'll see how that goes. I normally I love football, don't get me wrong, and I love the football Sundays, but I'm normally really happy in February when it's done.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I get my Sundays back.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. It's a lot.
Yeah. And it's like the evening too. I think what it ends up being, like everyone's over for the mid-afternoon game, which leads into the evening, and then it's just like I'm like just so anxious going to bed. Like closing my day that way, it's not fun.
Yeah. That's why this year I've kind of been like, okay, I'll come on during this. Like typically it's when the Seahawks are playing. I'll come over during this game and then I'm going to head home, or like I'm able to do laundry and do things that I don't always have time for during the week, or I just don't have the mental energy to do during the week.
Yeah, you just don't want to.
Yeah. Like that's kind of when I need to do my hobbies, is during the week. Except then I feel guilty for not cleaning because these tasks need to be done. That's what I need to work on during this season, because then I end up just doing nothing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then it gets worse.
Yeah.
So
that's my problem. Like that's why I think it's been so hard, is because like people come over from noon until almost 8 o'clock, and then we're hosting, so I'm in host mode. But then if I want to get away, I have to go to my bedroom, and it's like I don't want to go to my bedroom, because then when I do go to bed, I don't want to go to bed. I've been in my bedroom all day, so it's like I'm excited to have that room, because I'm almost going to ask Derek or present the idea of like maybe them watching a game up there so I can have some time downstairs. I don't know how well that'll go over the new TV. I just had that thought.
Yeah, once you said that.
But if we could do something,
Yeah.
you know, or I even said to him, I was like, you know, this past Sunday, no one came over until 4:30. And I was like, that's nice. That's not bad. You know, I felt like I actually had a day to myself, because what it almost feels like to me is like my Sunday is from 8 to 1 or 8 to noon. And then the rest of the day is like another work day almost. It's like what my body treats it as. And so I only have 4 hours or 5 hours to myself. And my favorite way to spend a morning is watching cartoons. like especially right now, I watch The Grinch on Saturday. Like I'll watch those little clay action, so whatever they're called,
The claymation.
Yeah. But they're the stop frame or whatever.
Stop motion.
There you go.
Yep.
Those shows that are out.
The holiday classics.
Yeah, like I'll watch those. But like that's how I like to spend my morning. And then I like to get into like a task or two and then maybe go do something. Like that's how my perfect day would go.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, it was actually really nice that no one came over until 4:30. And then they were only there from like 4:30 to 7:30, and it didn't feel like it was all day.
Yeah. Well, it's not like it's all day, or it feels like it's all day, but it's also, like you said, a lot of people come in later.
Yeah.
So it's like you have some people over and then more people and then more people. And it's just like, I can feel the anxiety just thinking about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then it's like, it's loud. It's loud. It's loud. I mean, even like my cats don't come around on Sundays at all. Like they're holed up upstairs. And I told Derek, I was like, honestly, that wasn't even something that I had thought of until my cousin brought it up on Sunday. And I was like, actually, that's a really good point. That a lot of the reason why they're upstairs is because everyone is so loud.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't want the celebration to stop. I just like, if we could just keep in mind, we need to at least control the volume, you know, like still be excited. I don't want to police people and feel like they can't be themselves at my house.
Yeah.
But like, you know, just like you're mindful when you're in any kind of, you know, situation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that unfolds. But yeah, wrap it up. I'm not doing too good right now. But okay, we'll get through it, you know. It's that roller coaster comes and goes, hits me in waves.
Yeah, we'll have to do a check-in in February, March.
Yeah.
See how we're doing.
That'd be good. Was there any more to this topic that you guys wanted to chat about?
Just the point, like, this time's really tough, but just know that almost everyone kind of feels it with you. Everyone's kind of going through it together. And just know that it's only temporary. Just stick with that as a reminder of, like, the sun will be back. We will get to go outside again.
Yeah.
And, you know, we'll make it through it, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not a bad perspective to have. Yeah. I will say with my depression, it is good for me to have the mindset of this is my reality.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to reoccur. So it's not really temporary in a way. It is always going to be there. But the, I guess, physical setting is temporary.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Like, we just got to make it through. And the darkness, the dreary, the wet. And
the wet,
the snow, the rain, the
wet.
I didn't know being wet is a bad thing.
You just gotta get through it.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Heyo.
I am to explain my brain. I don't like to. Well, now that I say it, I'm like, I don't like to be wet. I don't like to take showers. I don't particularly. I do take showers. Don't get me wrong. All right.
I just like
I'm just gonna dig myself a deeper hole here.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh boy! But I
so Sia sits couch length away from us because she smells. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm a weirdo in this sense, but that's why I don't like snow. That's why I hate it when it's raining. Plus my other anxieties over it, but I just don't like it. Oh, jeez.
I get it though. When it comes to the shower, like I get a lot of sensory overload in the shower.
Mm-hmm. I think that's part of it for me. So
I can last hours in the shower.
Well, then there's
especially when like right now when I'm in like my depression. Just under
a hot shower is great for the mental for sure. It's the amount of time and energy I know that I'm going to have to put into it, and with my arms and everything, like I get tired. So there's this whole underlying thing of why I am this way, but it just
It's also for me the transition. It's not necessarily being in there.
Oh yeah, being cold.
It's getting out.
Yeah, it's getting in and out. For me.
The tense and that. Yeah. I hate it.
Yeah, but once I'm in there, I could literally never leave.
Well, that's the problem. I don't want to get out. Yeah. Once I get adjusted to the hot water and I'm feeling maybe a little relaxed, the second I stop it, body tenses, joints hurt again. So, yeah.
Yeah. Adjust to the water. I walk into that and that shit could melt your skin. I fucking love it when it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Except for I'm always like, my hair is like out of the hot water. So not my hair.
But then I do like the circles, so like my whole body gets warm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you turn and turn.
And I turn. I'm like, okay, now this side's cold. Okay, switch.
Yeah.
Or even for like a split second, I'll let it hit my scalp just because then you get like that sensation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But not too long. We're not damaging the hair.
Yeah. Do you ever end your showers cold?
Every time, and I hate it.
Yep.
I gotta say,
I don't
do it to my body. I can't do it to my body. That's too much because then I get out and I'm cold. Then I go to bed and I'm fucking cold, and then I'm like sitting there in my bed because I have like a naturally cooling bed, and then I have cooling sheets, and it's just And I'm like. But I will always end at least my hair in the cold water because that helps it from getting staticky and dry.
Yeah, and it's good for your pores if you do it on your face too.
Yeah.
I like it in the summer. In the winter lately, I've been cranking up my space heater in my office, which is a smaller space, so it gets really warm in there. So I quickly run in there.
Derek has a freaking space heater in the bathroom, and then like it's blowing on him as he's drying off. And I was like, where's mine? Where's mine?
Ooh, or like a towel heater so the towel's nice and warm.
That would be...
I wish.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to do that. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So those are like the other things, because like I definitely like to boost my mood, like get that little serotonin dopamine fix is like purchasing things.
Mm-hmm.
So I've cut back, but also just trying to make more intentional purchases where they're like not temporary, like not clothing, not things of that nature, but something that I'm actually going to get multiple uses out, that like me in the future is going to be happy multiple times from this item.
Yeah.
And that would be one of them.
Yes. It's like a little treat to yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Every time I shower, which is every day to wash my body.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And part of the thing that I absolutely hate in the winter, and which will make me push off my shower to the last possible second for the day, is being cold.
Yeah.
I don't like being cold. I can be hot. I can be perfectly fine in 100-degree weather. You make me cold, I am miserable.
Mm-hmm.
I am miserable. I don't like being cold. I live in the wrong state.
Mm-hmm. We all do.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It takes forever for my fingers and toes and nose and butt. I don't know. My butt always gets cold.
I ain't got that problem. I ain't got no butt.
My butt don't get cold. It's the nose and the toes
It's
and
the
the
fingers and
fingers.
the toes. If my fingers and toes are cold, I am miserable.
Especially
Yeah. That's why I invested in slippers this year. Nice slippers again. And why I have multiple fucking blankets all over my house.
Yes.
Well stocked in blankets. This also doesn't help that every time I walk into a Target, I buy a blanket. But you just, it's the Target way.
Especially when they're soft, you have to get it.
Yeah. They're soft and they're cute and they match. And I'm ever changing the colors of my decor. So they're always matching and there's always new ones to buy.
What I do when it gets like really cold is I take my corn bag and I heat it up and I put it like pre-warm where my feet are going to be. And then I stick my feet in once I'm actually ready to go to bed. And it's so nice.
I need to start doing that.
Am I weird to think that would be a sensory thing I don't like?
Heated feet?
Well, like a already heated space. Like I hate sitting on a toilet seat that someone has already warmed. I don't like that. But I also am weird. Like I'm like that in chairs. Like if you be sitting there and I would sit there, I would get that like, I don't want to say like icky feeling because like you're not gross, but like I get, I get that feeling. And I feel like I'd get that even though I know it's from a corn bag.
Yeah.
I didn't warm it. Do you know what I mean? Like my feet didn't warm it. And then my feet would be hot. My feet can't be, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not easily pleased.
To me, it's my heated blanket doesn't work. We need to get a new one. So it's like that. That was just my replacement for it. I would pre-warm the heated blanket and then the whole bed would be warm.
Got you. But that makes sense. So you're already used to that. You're used to that.
It's like a fireplace. Like it's just, you walk in and it's cozy.
It's cozy.
See, my problem is I like sleeping cold.
Yeah.
So I would like that for about 5 seconds and then I'd get hot and mad. I am so, believe me, I know how annoying I am when I'm sleeping. I'm so fucking particular and it annoys myself. Like I'll be like, why? This is all I want to do is sleep. But if I don't have things the way they need to be, I guess I can't fall asleep. It's when I'm like the most particular.
Prone to it? Is that the right word?
Well, so I think this is like a combination of nature versus nurture and my genetic makeup because my mother is very particular and like if you can't face her in the bed, like you can't be facing each other, she'll make you turn around. And then you can't be too, I don't know, there's more rules. I hated sharing a bed with her when I was little because I was like, I'm not turning around just because you turned around. You can turn back around. Yeah. I'm not that bad, but like I do not cuddle when I'm sleeping. Don't touch me because all I'm going to do is focus on the arm that is touching me and the weight that it is. And I'm going to be like, this is uncomfortable. I don't like this stuff touching me. And also it affects my breathing for whatever reason. If someone is too close, I then can't breathe right. I like all of a sudden can't breathe at a normal pace. It like causes me anxiety. I don't like it.
That's so funny.
Because then you start to hyper focus on it.
Yeah. And I just, I don't like it. And then I just need to have my own blanket because I can't be confined. I don't like confinement. So I can't wear pants to bed because they confine me. Yep. I have to wear shorts. It's the same way I have to wear a tank top. Can't wear a t-shirt or a long sleeve shirt because then it gets all twisted. And then
oh no, I hate that. I know.
I can't do that. But I have to have, like Derek and I use our own blankets and we have the entire time that we've been together because I have to be able to put my leg out on either side. And if I'm sharing a blanket with you, I can't put my leg out. And then I can't, that's my temperature control.
Yeah.
I can't regulate my temperature while sleeping. So I out front, like when we first started like staying the night at each other's places and doing that kind of thing, I outright was like, we will always be using separate blankets. And he was like, I agree. And I was like, okay, good.
We tried sharing and then I was pissed waking up freezing. And I was like, got my own. And I like to sleep with, a sheet and then my blankie.
Yeah.
And then right now another blanket because it's flipping freezing. And if John could have the window open, he would. He loves it.
I have a fan.
Freezing.
So like Derek has his fan just for like the sound. But then I have the overhead fan going on because I need the air. Like I just need some kind of like air movement like on me. And then he has his 2 blankets, and then I have my 3 blankets. So I have the one I cuddle because I have to. I don't like cuddling anything that is human.
Yeah.
Like I want to cuddle a blanket, or it could be my cat, but they're not going to stay there all night. But like a blanket or a pillow or something of that nature. And then I have my other. So I have my quilt that I love quilts, and I have had 2 in my life, and one I had until I couldn't have it anymore because it turned into Rex. And then the one that I have now, I've had for 10 years. And it'll probably be the same way, although it's in really great condition because I take care of that. But then I have a blanket that was made for me that's a little bit warmer that I'll throw over if I'm like super cold, and then I'll take it off and I'll throw it over and I'll take it off multiple times throughout the night as I get cold and hot. Yeah, believe me, that's why we have a king size bed, because like I know how annoying I am. But yeah, I gotta be able to like put my knee out. If I can't put my knee out, I'm not happy, because then I'm confined again. I'm confined to being a straight board, and that's not how I sleep. And so the twin bed, jeez, God, no.
You'd be screwed if you were in a twin bed.
You'd be sleeping in missionary.
Twin bed, Derek would not be sleeping in my bed. He would be on the floor. The king bed was a huge game changer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Never go back.
No, I relate to you. My thing is not so much of like sensory. It's more so I don't like being woken up. And like I am the person who makes sure my sheets and my blankets are straight. Whereas Andy will just like grab whatever corner and just hop into bed. And
how do you do that?
The tag needs to be at the feet.
Yes.
It doesn't go by the head. Like that
I get
matters.
annoyed.
The tag needs to be at the feet, and then my blanket, because it's a quilt and the way that it's sewn, one side is sewn like the squares, like a quilt is, and then the other side is sewn in stripes. So the stripes have to be vertical.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the long ways of the blanket. I don't know how. I could never have the blanket be all willy-nilly. Like even the blanket that moves from my side to on me, like flawlessly moves from my side to like on me, because it goes to the side, perfectly set up. Yeah, I'm particular.
I go to sleep all straight, but when I wake up, I can't guarantee nothing. The blankets will be all over. I'm a flipper. I flip.
Oh, me too.
Constantly.
But the blanket stays.
Yeah.
I have a pillow situation that's pretty much like a pregnancy pillow makeshift. I have a body pillow and I have a regular pillow. So it's more like a J pregnancy pillow. I'd love to eventually have a pregnancy pillow.
Yeah.
But they're so comfortable. But that gives me a buffer between me and Andy. So like when he's moving around, he's a tosser and turner, and then his blanket is all willy-nilly, and I'm like, you can do that on your side. I like cuddling. I would cuddle to like till he falls asleep.
Yeah.
And then I turn over and it's like, okay, now I can go to sleep. Like I do like cuddles, but not to fall asleep.
No,
I need my space.
You want to cuddle with me, we're going to cuddle on the couch while we watch a movie. But when we're in bed and we're going to bed, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I can't. I always go to bed before Derek anyways. But even when we do go to bed at the same time, I would still be like, I don't want to cuddle you. I want to go to sleep. Yeah. And I can't go to sleep until we're done.
Yeah. I can't fall asleep in general until he's asleep because every movement wakes me up. Oh, and then it's like, it's always perfectly timed where it's like, I'll just start to fall asleep and then he moves and then I just get more and more annoyed and I just need to leave and come back. So I just wait until he falls asleep if he comes up with me to go to bed, and then I can fall asleep without the frustration.
That's fair. That's fair. That's like Derek this morning with his alarm.
Yeah.
His alarm goes off at 5 and then it goes off again at 5:30. And then he finally gets up at 5:47. And like I tell you, I don't fall back asleep because then I know how much time I have left and that's all my mind focuses on. And so I told him this morning and I was like, I really need you to stop waking me up right before my alarm because it's like the worst way to start your day.
Yeah. There's no way to reset from that, really.
Yeah. No, not when I have to get up.
Right.
And so I was like, we got to figure something out, whether I splash cold water on you. Just kidding. But like something to where like you can just get up when your alarm goes off the first time.
Yeah.
Or even if that's like you wait until 6 when I get up and I get you up. Like I can't keep, or even like if it were at 5 and I even told him like if he got up at 5 and he just got up with his alarm, got up, went downstairs and slept for like on the couch for the last hour because he needs so many alarms. Knowing that that's what he's doing, I'll be able to just go straight back to sleep.
Yeah.
But when it goes off and then it's going off for a long period of time and then I have to say, Derek, your alarm, and then he hasn't left the room, so the cats haven't left the room, but now the cats think we're getting up, and then they're getting into shit. And then I have to be like, Derek, the cats are getting into shit because I'm over getting the cats. Like I've been doing this for the last 4 years. I'm over it. And so I just like the alarm went off at 5:30, so that was like 5:15, 5:30, and I just looked at him. I said 5:30. His alarm went off, and I said, go downstairs. I said, I need you to go downstairs because I need this next. And I slept in until like 6:15. I was like, I need this next 45 minutes to reset or I'm going to go into work with the worst fucking attitude. And I just can't do that when I have a busy day.
Yeah.
Like, it makes your day so bad.
Yeah.
I just can't do that.
And then you have this time of year and everything going on top of that.
Oh, yeah. Already not doing okay mentally.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's interesting we've had conversations about cleaning and sleeping so far just because, I mean, we are in our houses and we tend to focus on these things because that's what we're going through right now.
Yeah.
But, once we get through this season and we work out these kinks and summer comes around and maybe by next year, we don't have these same kinks anymore. And we can continue to get better and have better winters. And
I really want to get to the point where like that January, February, like maybe like the end of January, beginning of February, going on vacation. But like going on a vacation to somewhere warm. So it's like that nice break from up here. And then you can, because it's vacation, when you go on vacation, you always then appreciate home. And so then coming back home and being like, okay, now it's only till April, right? It's only till April.
Yeah.
And then it kind of feels a little bit more broken up.
Yeah.
That is definitely a goal of mine. I think that it would be one that would be super beneficial to me. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could just be like we go to, I don't know, Arizona, or we go to California, or we go to Florida, or just somewhere where it's warmer.
I was like, just warm.
It's
warm
just
and
warmer and sunnier.
And sun.
And it doesn't, like I said, it can be like one of those Airbnbs where you literally just go and do nothing. And it's low key, but it's summer.
Yeah. It fills your cup again.
Yeah. Yeah. You just get that like break of the monotonous gray routine.
Yeah. It gets you out of the house.
Yeah. Exactly.
Where you don't have to hyper focus on cleaning and sleeping.
Yes. Cleaning, sleeping, feeling like you need to have a hobby because you got to do something with your day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Goals.
I still like our idea from the holiday season episode we did, I think, or the seasons, where we wanted to have like a luau random party around that time.
Yes.
Even if it's just for this year and then we plan for a vacation next year.
Yeah. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. Just something where you kind of get that vibe of like, okay, it's not summer. Or I mean, it is summer. It's not winter. That'd be a lot of fun. That'd be a good time.
Yeah.
I also just think I need to get out of my space more. Like I feel like, so I'm home every night and then I'm waiting to go to bed. And then Saturdays, if I am going somewhere, I'm going out. I'm thinking like maybe I just need to go over to my sister's. I could go over to my parents and hang out in my like sister's room. So it's like I'm not really doing anything more, but I'm out of my space.
Yeah.
Like I'm out of my depression space. Or I come over here, I go over to your house or whatever the case may be, just something that like it's still low key. It's not taking a lot of energy out of me or the person that I'm hanging out with. But it's a change of pace. Like we used to do dinners. We need to do dinners. We need to do that again. Especially since you don't have us. You can't come to my house to do dinner right now, but
I feel like we typically do dinners. I mean, we have done them during football Sundays. But I feel like afterwards, we kind of tend to fill that space in with like, oh, we haven't been with each other recently. Let's do dinner.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We should do the new recipes. And
I do.
Yeah.
I need to go to the H&M. I think it's H&M, but it's the Asian market. So I can get the ingredients that I want. Because I freaking love Asian culture and Asian food. Asian cuisine is so good. And I want to make it like authentic. So I gotta get the ingredients.
The last time I made peanut noodles, it was the most like girl dinner. Not even close to having all of the ingredients. It was okay. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, this isn't really hitting the spot, but it's food.
It's so funny. My like closest version to having a girl dinner was when I had these like cinnamon French toast waffle things, like the Eggo cinnamon French toast waffles or whatever. And then, so I made like 4 of those and they're little tiny. So I like ripped them up. So they're little tiny ones. And then I had like cheese and grapes. It was like, it made no sense, but it was what I wanted. And I was like, okay, I understand girl dinner now. Because I was like, this is definitely not a dinner, but I am happy and content and full.
It's like when I do the app dinners and I just love it. Yeah. Like, pick like 3 different apps that don't go together, but it's like, yes.
But that at least makes sense. Versus like cinnamon, like breakfast and a snack.
You just made me really want cinnamon sugar toast.
I was just thinking like, I need to get more of those waffles. They're really good. I don't know if they're vegan, but they're really good. If they are vegan, you should get them.
And are they the mini ones?
They come like in a normal size waffle and then they're cut into 4. Then you get the mini ones.
Yeah, I used to get the mini ones and then make them into sandwiches.
Well, see, these are like, normally I'm like all about the peanut butter, right? But like these, I just eat on their own. Like I toast them and I don't eat them with syrup or anything like that. Just like on their own, they're really good.
My girlfriend taught me.
Coated in cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, you buy the mini regular ones and you get a little like maple butter or something, and then you get little like chicken nuggets, like the bigger ones, and then you have like chicken and waffles. Mini chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles are good. I made those one year for New Year's, I think. I can't give up my peanut butter waffle and syrup if you're talking about a regular waffle though.
But it's like the mini ones. So
it's still a regular waffle though. You don't like peanut butter, hot peanut butter, so you don't understand the love.
I know. I sent Autumn a TikTok recently of someone asking for peanut butter ice cream, and they were mixing it like the hand mixers. This is more peanut butter. More peanut butter. It was just pretty much peanut butter with a side of ice cream.
Yeah. Peanut butter with a side of cream.
Perfect.
It reminded me of like I went to, and I remember if it was a family member or like a friend's house when I was younger, and they had waffles, and they asked me if there was anything extra I needed, and I said peanut butter, because it's not right. It's not right. It's something that I've been doing since I started eating waffles. And so she put some peanut butter on it, and I was like, now when I do a peanut butter waffle, every little nook is filled evenly with peanut butter.
See, that's too much.
No, it is not. If my fork, when I cut it, doesn't have a glob of peanut butter on it after I cut each bite, it's not right, because the best bite is when you clean off your fork.
It's too much.
And so when I was like, do you mind if I peanut butter my waffle? And she gave it to me. And whoever it was just ended up laughing at me. I was like, this is delicious. And it's so much to the point where like just toast, like regular bread. If you toast that and put peanut butter on it, I'll dip it in syrup. It's delicious. Yep.
No, I want peanut butter.
I'm down for some peanut butter toast.
I'm out of peanut butter.
I'm out of bread.
No.
Hey, we can still make this work though. I'm never out of peanut butter. That would be crazy.
I gave some to the dog. We were like, we need to get groceries, but we don't have a kitchen to make things. So
Yeah.
why get groceries?
You should get those like not kitchen, just microwave dinners and then plastic forks and spoons and plates.
Yeah, TV dinners.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So, or you can just eat out.
Well, we'll see how much longer we need to put up with this. It was supposed to be a short-term thing. It's turned longer than we expected. So
Who's installing the sink?
I think we are.
Oh.
The sink we're not worried about. We're staining. We have butcher block countertops, so we're staining the countertops and putting a food safe sealer over it because we were not good about conditioning our counters. So there's a couple cracks in them, and then water from cups and being on top of that, and it's just let's redo it and seal it. So we hired someone to do it, and it's just we've run into some kinks there, and it's lasted longer than we expected.
Got you. Okay, but yeah, I also think that going into this season, very similar to last year, like when we started the podcast, we're going on a year of doing this. Like what, end of January?
That's when we not started for you guys listening.
But but started for us.
Yes.
And I remember that helping a lot because it was that like thing to look forward to. Like, like, oh, hey, I am going to have that time. Because like I genuinely like sitting here hanging out. It feels like we're hanging out even though we're recording. So that I think is going to be beneficial to still have, even though everything else will hopefully die down.
Yeah.
That routine is still there. So it's still got like that sense of routine. Like you have a purpose outside of just work.
Yeah.
And living.
Yeah. And so there's the routine, and then there's also the conversations that we have.
Yes.
They fill my cup.
Yes.
And I think,
Absolutely.
I know we've gone on some tangents a little bit, still relatable to the topic. But it feels good just sitting here talking to you guys. Yeah. Even with all the busyness, like this filled my cup.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, no, definitely needed it. And I feel like it's something that we kind of fell off of.
Yeah.
Because like November was just chaos. November was chaotic. And that's probably not helping my mental state. Like in December, November is not normally that chaotic.
Yeah.
But it was. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, I think that'll be beneficial.
Yeah. And these are the things that like whenever I'm in this part of the season where I'm like, I take notice of like, okay, this is how I'm feeling around this time of year. These are the things I want to work on. Let's remember this once we get into the warmer months and we're doing all the things and not just forget about it because it's warm and sunny and I'm happy and we're doing these things and then it happens all over again.
Yeah.
Like, how can I make it better for myself next year too?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's like the balance, needing to find that balance because we're like, go, go, go. And we're such sun lovers so that we like constantly want to be out in the sun and whatever that needs to be to get us out in the sun, let's go do it.
Yeah.
And then it's like go, go, going. And then you get to this part and you're go, go, going in a different way. And then you're like fucked.
Yeah.
In January and February. But just remembering that, like, that's why I'm excited. I'm just remembering that you need to balance. Let me finish a sentence before I hop into another. But I'm excited for the summer because I have a kayak. And so that is one of the things that I want to be able to just go do. I want to get out of work and be like, well, I want you to get a kayak. And then that way I can be like, hey, let's go. Like, I get out of work and that be an afternoon activity.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's the kind of thing, like, I want to start getting more into. I also know that this just popped in my head, but this would probably help. We briefly mentioned last year starting to work out. That would, as much as I hate doing that, I know that's something I need to start doing.
Yeah.
That would help, is like move my body, even if it's just stretching.
Yeah. Starting off finding something that isn't daunting.
Yeah.
Like something that will bring you joy and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
And then it happens to be working out.
Exactly. And then when I go to kayak, I'm not like, oh. Because I also have to lug the kayak.
Right. It's all upper body.
Yeah.
That's what I like. Like, I want to get into kayaking too. I want us to sell the canoe so that I can get a kayak. Or we can both get kayaks.
Yeah.
Andy and I. And then we have hiking. And then we have kayaking. So, like, my whole body is going to be moving. Absolutely. And that would be great.
Absolutely. So, I know that this is the Christmas time of year, and we asked how you're doing. I am curious. Put in the chat if you are I'm already done with my Christmas shopping. I do my Christmas shopping in the summer. What are you talking about? Or, bitch, I'm at the mall on the 24th. Because I am the bitch. I am at the mall on the 24th. Outside of this year, I will say I did complete my Christmas shopping last Saturday.
Yay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing okay. I'm not adding this stressor. I'm getting it done. So everyone got a gift off Amazon. Because I was like, I don't know what it is about like store shopping, but it just takes so much out of me nowadays. Like, I go to one store and I'm done. I don't want to go to another store. When I used to love going store to store and finding and shopping and doing all that I'm just like, I'd rather just scour the internet.
Yeah.
So I did that.
I'm almost done. I'm always, we have Christmas, we have tons of birthdays around this time of year. So I'm always saying around this time of year that I need to be the summer person.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we go out to the Adirondacks, like we go out and do things. We can get stuff while we're out, you know, like in the moment, and be prepared. And you can wait to wrap it. You can wrap it after you get it. That goal for myself and do it. Yeah. Get it ahead of time.
My problem is like, okay, I like what I did this year, which is like, it's done before mid-December. I couldn't be that person in the summer though.
I can't do it that early.
One of two things is going to happen. You're going to get your gift, and it's no longer going to be a Christmas gift because I can't wait till Christmas to give it to you.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to lose it. I'm going to forget that I bought it.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to get it at all.
Yeah.
But that's just me in particular. So I was like, all right, at least, and I can't get it done Black Friday. It's just too much anxiety. Like, I get some stuff, but like wiping out your whole Christmas list on Black Friday is just too much anxiety because you feel like you have to buy everything immediately or it's going to sell out. And it's like, whoa, too much. So either need to do like early mid-November to mid-December and get it done within that time frame has worked for me this year. So I need to remember that next year. And I need to remember to have my budget ready for that next year.
Right.
Yeah. Budget is the biggest thing. Planning.
Yes.
But I wrote a list and I checkmarked every time I got a gift for someone. And it's worked out really well.
Yep. I wrote done. I also, something that Derek does is like he writes what he gets them. And I'm like, that's smart. Because then when it comes time to wrapping it, you know exactly what you should be wrapping because I, again, will forget.
Yeah.
Do you mean put them in the gift bags? No wrapping? No wrapping.
Derek wraps.
Does he?
Yeah.
He does it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, he wraps his own gifts.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
I hate wrapping. I've said it multiple times.
I enjoy wrapping. You know who doesn't wrap? My dad.
Yeah.
Even if he wraps, he doesn't gift back it. He Tootsie Rolls it. Everything will be Tootsie Rolled and the ends will be wrapped in tape.
Beautiful, John. Beautiful.
That's hilarious. And he always wants to one year he bought my mom like the KitchenAid cookware set. And I was like, oh, let's just get a bag with some tissue paper. He's like, no, we're wrapping this. I was like, you're going to wrap a spatula? And he's like, yeah. So then we get time to wrap the spatula. Who wrapped the spatula? Me. Because he was like, I can't Tootsie Roll this. And I was like, no shit.
How do you wrap a spatula?
This is very similar to wrapping an envelope.
Oh, God. I bought bags the other day, so.
My gifts are already wrapped.
Well, I hope I bought enough bags. That's the problem.
Well,
didn't have a list for the bags.
far.
There we go.
He also, I feel like I have an ever-ending collection from the previous Christmas of gift bags.
I keep them up in the attic, so I pull them throughout the year if they're not Christmas themed, or I pull them for Christmas, and it's like, cool, save some bucks.
I don't have a space to keep them.
Just put them in your Christmas decorations, tote.
Huh. Guess I never thought of that. Not a bad idea.
Yep, that's what we do. But yeah, let us know what kind of shopper you are.
Yes, and if you listen on Spotify, or if you want to go to Spotify, we'll have it as a poll.
Oh, fun. That's fun. That's cool. I don't ever get on Spotify. I'm going to have to do that now.
Yeah. Let us know, and I hope, we'll see you for Tipsy Tarot. This was a nice healing journey. It wasn't too heavy.
Yeah.
But Tipsy Tarot is next, and we'll have some fun with a special guest.
Yeah.
And sorry.
Go for it.
8 days till Christmas. Okay, that's out.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Unfiltered 3. Remember, we release new episodes every Monday. But if that's not enough, connect with us on our socials at Unfiltered 3, where we can uplift, inspire, and embark on this journey together. Thank you for listening and for being a part of our community. Until next time, take care and keep shining your authentic light. Bye, guys.
Bye.